Hello and welcome to the Sports Perspective. I'm Hayden Grove.
And I'm Jordan Elwood. Well, Hayden, Buckeye basketball is a number 6 seed going into the NCAA tournament. They're headed to Buffalo on Thursday to take on Dayton.
That's right, Jordan, and I was there to catch Coach Botta's reaction following the announcement.
We're going to Buffalo. You know, this is Ohio State's 6th straight NCAA tournament, which I think the most they'd ever done before was 3 years in a row. I'm excited for this team and the opportunity to play again.
Before the NCAA tournament announcement, sports director Franz Ross and I spent this past weekend at the Big Ten tournament in Indianapolis, Indiana. We covered each of Ohio State's 3 games, starting with their first-round battle against the Purdue Boilermakers.
It was a hard-fought yet sloppy game here at Bankers Life Fieldhouse in the first game of the Big Ten tournament. But the Ohio State Buckeyes pulled away from the Purdue Boilermakers with a final score of 63-61. The Boilermakers came out hot as they scored 7 of the game's first 8 points. Though Ohio State finished the half up 30-27, the Buckeyes knew they had a way to go if they wanted to close out with a victory.
In this type of situation with a quick turnaround, we weren't as sharp as we needed to be. From start to finish, we weren't just as sharp as we needed to be. And I told him, I said, we've had some games like this over here, and I think from the standpoint of learning from it and got to get ourselves ready to play better basketball.
After a heavily contested second half, the Buckeyes secured a victory thanks to LaQuinton Ross, who had a clutch double-double with 19 points and 14 rebounds, and Aaron Kraft made an impact on both sides as he scored 16 points and had 3 steals.
We were just able to make plays. We were able to get some stops. We were able to get some rebounds. We were able to get some big buckets there at the end. We were able to hit a few free throws. We had, I think, back-to-back big-time defensive plays with Kraft on the baseline, stealing it from Hammonds, and Linzel stealing it from one of the Johnsons. So we were just able to claw ourselves back, make plays, and finish the game.
I would have loved to make a couple shots down the stretch, or someone else make a couple shots, but the steal I had, and I think even more importantly, Linzel's foul on the offensive rebound was huge. And then him stepping up calmly, knocking those free throws down. Those are game-winning plays, and that's what we need this time of year.
Ohio State will next play Friday night against the very hot number 4 seed Nebraska Cornhuskers in the second round. Until then, I'm Franz Ross for Buckeye TV.
Just when you think you've seen it all, the Buckeyes have done it again. Down 18 points with 14 minutes left, things seem very bleak, but the Buckeyes were able to turn things around and secure a 71-67 victory here at Bankers Life Fieldhouse in Indianapolis.
I give these guys a lot of credit. They stayed together, they clawed, and found ways to pick up the defensive intensity.
As Nebraska held a 2-point lead with just 1 half left to play, when play resumed in the second half, one team showed up while the other didn't. Nebraska used a 17-2 run to start the second half, giving them an 18-point lead with just over 10 minutes left in the game. The reeling Buckeyes then inserted sophomore guard Amadeo Della Valle into the game, and all of a sudden, things immediately started to turn in their favor.
I was just ready to come in and play. I saw we got off not a great start, so we turned the ball over a little too much. Just getting from the bench with a lot of energy and see what we was able to do. And then in the second half, we were able to turn the level of the game up.
Thanks in large part to Della Valle's 12 points and 6 rebounds on the day, the Buckeyes were able to pummel Nebraska by a score of 41-19 over the final 14 minutes to secure the second-round victory and a berth in the Big Ten tournament semifinal.
We finally got the ball rolling. Unfortunately, it took us to get down 18 and kind of rally around each other for that to happen, and that's something that we need to put together 40 minutes. That's what we need to do.
In the second half, we got back out there and somebody called for a foul. We didn't really care about it. We just got to the next play, and obviously it worked out for us.
In addition to the efforts of his Italian teammate, LaQuinton Ross had a huge day for the Buckeyes, scoring 26 points and grabbing 13 rebounds, all the while putting up back-to-back double-doubles in the first 2 games of the Big Ten tournament.
Just go out there being aggressive, man, and that's also being aggressive on the defensive glass. I try to do that, and I also try to offensive rebound when I can, so that was basically it for the double-doubles.
The big comeback from the Buckeyes sets up a semifinal matchup with the number 1 Michigan Wolverines Saturday afternoon right here at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. For Buckeye TV, I'm Hayden Grove.
With 2 straight come-from-behind wins here in the Big Ten tournament, Ohio State thought they could go for 3 with a win against Michigan here in Bankers Life Fieldhouse. but it was Michigan's stellar shooting that gave them the win and a spot in the Big Ten tournament finals with a final score of 72-69. Ohio State was down by as much as 16 points in the first due to the stellar Wolverine perimeter game, who went 12 of 23 from beyond the arc. And as usual, the Buckeyes battled back to put the game within 4 by the halftime buzzer.
The beginning of the game, it started out much different than our last 2 games. It wasn't us making mistakes. It was them couldn't miss. They couldn't miss shots today. I think they hit like at halftime was like 8 for 13 from the 3 or something like that. So when you shooting like that, I mean, they could have beat almost anybody. But we did fall back. We fought back and got in the game. That's what we've been doing this whole tournament, and it came down to the end. A couple plays that we didn't make, so that's all on us.
I mean, it's good to know that we can do that, but I mean, I'd rather be in a position where we're winning the game the whole time instead of playing from behind. So if we're able to do that, hopefully we can put our foot in the pedal from the get-go and go from there.
In terms of how proud I am of the guys for fighting back into it, because you start a game of this magnitude the way they did. For us to kind of climb back in, it was a big thing.
With the absence of Aaron Craft in the second half due to foul trouble, Shannon Scott came off the bench and delivered in a big way, scoring 18 points. The Buckeyes' late rally wasn't enough to pull off a win, as Michigan came away with a victory after the ball slipped out of Aaron Craft's hands in the final seconds.
Like I said, I'm more disappointed in myself than anything. You know, our team showed tremendous fight and resiliency tonight, and you know, it's very unfortunate that it had to end the way it did and the way that I kind of played down the stretch.
Coming into the NCAA tournament, I think everybody knows what's at stake. There's definitely one loss and go home. So playing with a lot of heart, that's what's been getting us through this tournament. It didn't work out for us tonight, but we plan to keep that through the rest of the way.
Our defense is as solid as we want it to be. Obviously, we got to figure a way to get those key stops and key rebounds down the stretch. And you know, this is the tough tournament, you know. But you know, good luck to Michigan. They were the better team today, but I think we're going to bounce back from this, and it's going to be a good momentum boost for us going into the tournament.
The Buckeyes will now head back on the road to Columbus, where they anticipate where they will play and who they will play in the NCAA tournament. As always, you can get all your Buckeye news here at Buckeye TV. Until then, I'm Franz Ross.
When we get back, we'll have some more Ohio State basketball for you, this time with a look at Senior Day at the Schott. Stick around.
Before the Big Ten tournament, the Ohio State basketball team celebrated their 2 seniors, Aaron Craft and Lenzel Smith Jr., who were each playing in their final game as Buckeyes at the Schottenstein Center. I was there to take in the action and see if the Buckeyes could send the seniors off with a win against Michigan State. With over 200 combined wins throughout their careers at Ohio State, Aaron Craft and Lenzel Smith Jr. were looking to add just one final victory here at the Schottenstein Center on Senior Day. Fortunately enough for them, thanks to their efforts down the stretch, the Buckeyes were able to secure a 69-67 victory and send the seniors off in a winning fashion.
Like I said, with Lenzel and Aaron, you know, you look at all the memories they have in this building over a course of 4 years, and to end it this way is just, it's a great feeling for a coach.
I mean, I think those 2 guys are what's right about college basketball. I think they're great kids. I think they stand for everything that I would want a player to stand for. It was an honor to coach against them for 4 years.
While the Senior Day celebration of 2 of Ohio State's most popular players was the theme on Sunday afternoon, the Buckeyes and Spartans put up a tremendous fight that came right down to the end. Tied at 67 apiece with 3:52 left in the game, neither team allowed a single point until Amir Williams sunk a free throw for the Buckeyes with only 37 seconds left in the game. From there, Michigan State forward Adrian Payne missed a 3-point shot thanks to the efforts of Sam Thompson, while Aaron Craft corralled the rebound and was subsequently fouled. With the chance to put the game away, Craft only made one of his 2 free throws, however, and gave the Spartans one final chance to come away with the victory. In what would be his final play as a Buckeye at the Schottenstein Center, Aaron Craft, the Big Ten's all-time leader in steals, would come away with one final swipe and secure the victory for his team and send the home crowd into a frenzy.
I don't know. You know, I'm not worried about how I'm going to be remembered in any of that. It's all moving forward.
I think it means a lot to me personally, but this is a huge step for our team.
With Senior Day and the Big Ten tournament behind them, Each NCAA tournament game for Crafton Smith Jr. could be their last in an Ohio State uniform. For Buckeye TV, I'm Hayden Grove.
Amidst all the Ohio State basketball excitement, the Pistol team has been gunning for a national championship. The Ohio State Pistol team finished off their 6th NRA Intercollegiate National Championship in the open team competition, defeated the United States Naval Academy and the United States Military Academy to take home the top spot. In addition to their national championship as a team, Ohio State had an individual national champion in senior Joe Tots, who won his 2nd consecutive national championship in the standard pistol competition.
The Ohio State baseball team had their first home series of the 2014 season this past weekend, sweeping the set with 3 straight wins against the Siena Saints. Ohio State won the first home game of the year on Friday by a final score of 8-5 before playing a doubleheader on Saturday. In the doubleheader, the Buckeyes won the first game 7-3 and the second game 7-1. With an overall 11-6 record on the season, the Buckeyes will return to action at Bill Davis Stadium for games against Akron and Xavier before heading to East Lansing to take on the Michigan State Spartans in a 3-game series.
While the Buckeyes in March Madness will take the cake this weekend, there are plenty of other events in Ohio State athletics this upcoming week. Men's ice hockey will be starting their postseason play in the quarterfinals of the Big Ten Hockey Tournament as the 4th seed at the Xcel Energy Center in St. Paul, Minnesota. Their first game will be against Michigan State on Friday starting at 7 and will be broadcasted on BTN. The men's tennis team, winners of the Indoor Tennis National Championships, will be taking on Michigan on Saturday right here in Columbus. Matches are set to begin at 6 p.m.
Jordan, as we discussed earlier, Ohio State will be a 6th seed in the NCAA tournament, facing off against Dayton in Buffalo, New York to start the tournament. How do you think they're going to fare this year?
I think they'll get past Dayton, but I think if they have to match up with Syracuse, they're not going to go much farther than that.
All right, well, Buckeye TV will be there in Buffalo to give you all the NCAA tournament action with the Buckeyes, so stick around for that. Thank you so much for watching this week.
Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Have a good evening.